Hey guys, what's good? Coming at y'all with another video of a Tag Heuer, one I'm really excited about actually. So I'm gonna set this down and get this box open and we'll get started. So just a simple tag box. And let's see, let's take this out. And you can see that it's from CD Peacock. That's an authorized retailer up in Chicago. And you know, it's just a simple box and we'll pop it open. And it is empty because I'm wearing the watch, but maybe you know what watch it is based on this interesting strap. And of course it is this watch. It is the newest Tag Heuer F1. Huge fan of Tag and huge fan of the F1 series. Please check out my video on the previous edition of the F1. And they updated it a little bit, but significantly. And I finally got a chance to get the watch. You don't care about the box. Let me get that out of the way. And let me just show you the watch. Before we get into the watch, can I show you the strap? And again, I don't spend a lot of time on straps, but this one is kind of just really interesting. It's kind of like a fabric strap, almost feels like a Cordura, so kind of stiff. The watch is used, so it's been worn in a little bit. It's really nice. It's just really thick and looks like it's got a really cool metal buckle. Looks like it's got metal keepers, and this one slides, so it gives you kind of like a better fit. So that's the strap. Enough about that. Let me show you the watch. So I've got it, as always. It's like, it's crazy. As soon as I get a watch, what do? I take it off the OEM strap and put it on something cheap. But I just, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Let's look at the back first. Solid stainless steel case back, screw down, and just, you know, really cool, really well finished, much better finished than the previous edition. You can see it's got some information, and look right up here, it's 200 meters water resistance, which is really awesome. Okay, let's talk about lug width. That's always a little bit complicated with tags. So you can see I have rubber 22 millimeter straps from a company called Barton. Really recommend these straps, really good. But, you know, the previous version had 19.5 millimeter lugs. And this one has not 20, not 21, not 22 millimeter lugs, but 21.5 millimeter lugs. So it makes it tough to find a strap that fits, because 22 millimeter straps, as you can see, can squeeze in there. It's only a 0.5 millimeter difference, but the spring bars are the problem. A 22 millimeter spring bar is not going to be able to squish into that spot. And so what I did was I dug around in like my strap drawer and put together a strap that would work. Basically 22 millimeter strap. I popped the quick change spring bars out of it, and I had 21 millimeter quick change spring bars, and I put those in, and voila, it fits. So it takes a little bit of work to do. Let's turn the watch over though, and then you can see this really beautiful orange dial. Just a really beautiful watch, 43 millimeters in diameter, so a little bit larger than the previous edition of the Formula One. Just a beautiful watch overall. You know, it's got a unidirectional bezel, and you know, it moves easily. It moves better than the previous edition because I don't have a lot of back play on it. That one was a little bit I think the word I used at the time, and the word I'll use again, is ratchety. It kind of moved back and forth. It just didn't feel good. This one feels better. It definitely feels better. It's not like a Rolex bezel, but it definitely feels a lot better. This one is an upgrade though. You know, this bezel has a ceramic insert into it, so that's a definite upgrade. And whenever I saw this watch, I knew I had to have it. And the one I wanted was this one with this beautiful orange dial. And it's got a little bit of texture to it. It doesn't have nearly as much texture as it seems like it would on photos. So I don't want anybody to be turned off by the idea of like, oh my God, this watch has this bizarre texture on it. It has a very subtle texture on it. Almost looks like like a really subtle orange peel kind of texture, if you catch what I'm saying. But the quality on this watch compared to the previous edition is just evident, and you really feel it whenever I give you that 3/4 view. Look at the texture on that dial. Look at the blackened hands. Look at those applied markers. Look at the 12 and the 6. They just float above that dial, and it's just really, really, really well done. It's stainless steel, you know, so it's not like a super lightweight watch, but it's not heavy by any sense of the word. It's a quartz watch, just like the other, the previous edition F1 that I reviewed was, and I love it. I love TAG. I love the F1 series. I always have. And my automatic answer to the question of, hey, I'm ready to buy or I'm ready to gift somebody a really nice Swiss watch. I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I want it to be special. What watch do you recommend? Easy. TAG Heuer F1. Listen, it's a recognizable brand. It's their most popular line of watches for a reason. Just beautifully done. The lume is applied all over, and the legibility, of course, is just superb. I mean, just excellent legibility. All right, I know what you're here for, some wrist shots. So let me throw it on the wrist, and we'll keep talking about it. 1 second. All right, guys, we're back, and let's try to put this thing on wrist and see how it looks. Just take a look at that, though. Right here, you can see just a beautiful watch, man. I love the orange color. It's such a fun color. Perfect summer watch, you know, perfect summer watch. The other thing I wanted to tell y'all, let me get back up and show you this. The other thing I wanted to tell y'all is this. I'm gonna zoom in. I mean, the quality of this crown is just ridiculous. I'm gonna unscrew it and look, I mean, the thickness of the crown tube is just like, it's so well done. I mean, my Royal Oak crown is not as good as this TAG Heuer F1 crown, and it's just the quality is outrageous. It's a screw down crown, so I'm talking about a 200-meter water resistant watch with a screw down crown. It's basically the perfect summer watch. Such a fun color. All right, listen, let's get to this wrist shot. So let's see here now. I've got this huge hoodie on because it is freaking cold. I hope y'all are warm wherever y'all are, because it is just really cold here right now. All right, so let's put that on. I love these Barton straps. They're so easy to use and they're not that expensive. And there you see this thing on my wrist, and I love it. I love it. I loved the previous edition of the Formula One. I think they really nailed it with this watch. I mean, there's nothing I don't like about it. The size is just ideal. Even though it's a 43-millimeter watch, it wears so compact on the wrist. I love the color of the dial. You know, TAG Heuer, it's called the Formula One, and they sponsor a Formula One team. They sponsor the Red Bull racing team, and this past year, their lead driver, a guy by the name of Max Verstappen, won the Formula One crown. He beat out Lewis Hamilton, who is an IWC, who is sponsored by IWC. But, you know, TAG sponsors Red Bull Racing and Max Verstappen. And so, you know, it's interesting. He is Dutch, and, you know, the national color of that country is orange. And so you will see him wearing this watch quite a bit. So just Google him. Google just, you know, F1 champion Max, and then you'll see him, and you see this beautiful, bright, just really nice orange Formula One watch on his wrist. I love it on my wrist. I mean, I really do. It's not too big, but it's not too small either. It has tons of wrist presence, and I love the orange color. It's really fun. It's really summer, and it's not too orange, I think. You know, it's a really nice shade of orange. It's like kind of really easy to wear. It's extremely eye-catching. So I notice a lot of glances at this watch. A lot of people are interested in it, and I've even gotten a couple of, hey, nice watch, or hey, tell me about your watch comments from non-watch people. And I think that's the thing. That's what makes TAG so much fun and such a great watch, because it's a well-known Swiss brand. It's, you know, I mean, Rolex is certainly the king of Swiss brands, but I would say, you know, even more so than Omega, people know tag Heuer. People say, oh, hey, that's a nice tag. And so I really love what this company is doing with their watches right now. I really think they have done such a good job of stepping up the quality of their watches, and this is just a great example. The previous edition of the F1 was terrific. Please check out my review of that watch. I absolutely loved it, but I knew that I had to get the newer version when it came out. It's a little bit larger in diameter, which I think helps the size of the dial. They did a good job of inserting the ceramic insert into the bezel. And at this price point, what is the price point? Well, MSRP on this one is $1,450, so $1,450. Not cheap. Listen, tags are a lot of things. Cheap is not one of them, but I think it's just really money well spent. I got this for under $1,000. I think at $1,000 or less, man, I mean, you are not going to get a much better watch. You're not going to get much more wrist presence than a watch like this. The ceramic insert, I think, is a really nice touch at this price point. Some things I would like more to see in the watch. Again, me, I would like a bi-directional bezel. So they still don't have that on this watch. It's just a unidirectional bezel. I would like it in a titanium case still. I mean, God, make me like a super special edition with a bi-directional bezel and a titanium case. I'm sold. I love the quartz movement in this watch. I would recommend that you go for the quartz version and not the automatic version, because then you're not hearing that rotor whirring on your wrist. In quartz, it's just like rock solid. And in quartz, you're getting all of the prestige of a Tag Heuer without spending more money and not really getting much more with just like a cheap, generic automatic movement. They did such a good job on the crown. They enlarged it so it's easier to use, and it looks really well proportioned. Another thing I would like is, man, can you guys please just give me even number lug widths? Or just give me non-fractional lug widths. I mean, 19.5 millimeters on the previous edition, 21.5 millimeters on this edition. I mean, just make it 20 or 22, or even make it 21, but 21.5 is just kind of tough. I mean, that's, and I get it. I mean, they want to sell more of their proprietary straps. I mean, I understand, but in this day and age, I mean, people really kind of switch out straps regularly, and it makes it a slight pain. But yeah, I hope it comes across how much I really like this watch. But I'm a Tag Heuer person. I mean, I'm a big fan of the F1. I love what they have done with this watch. And I hope my enthusiasm for Tag, my enthusiasm for the F1 comes across in this video. As I say in a lot of my videos, I wasn't given this watch to review. I didn't get this watch from someone just to give my comments and then ship it off to somebody else. I actually, buy or trade for, all of the watches you see on my channel. And like I always say, I think that's important. It's important that you understand the background of the person whose review or comments you may be paying a lot of attention to. It really upsets me, or it really bothers me when other people on YouTube or online, they bash a watch based on not even having the watch, just by seeing pictures of it or preconceived notions of the watch, or they get a watch from like a jewelry company to review, or they get a watch from a friend and they call it they degrade the watch, or they call it, quote, trash or something like that. And that, I don't know, it really bothers me, because I don't think people understand, those kind of people, they don't understand how much time, how much money, and how much effort it requires to get watches like this. I mean, this is a $1,500 watch. I mean, that's not cheap. And if somebody is looking at this watch online, they see pictures and they've always wanted a nice watch, I think this is money just really, really well spent. At $1,500, you have a special Swiss-made watch that has a lot of style, a lot of character. It has a lot of design in it. And I think that's those are all valuable. I think those are all important things. I mean, it's a fun watch, and it's okay for a watch to be fun. I get my watches secondhand because I try to make content for y'all, and it's expensive to buy them, new from retailers. So if you can get this watch for like $1,000 or less than $1,000, I think, man, I mean, there's not a lot of better watches at that price. I would have this over any like watch that's just because it's automatic. Like, I just think it's really cool. I think it's a really nice watch. It's a really well-made watch, and it's a watch that you can wear with pride. And I think it projects a good image. It says that, hey, listen, I'm somebody that understands watches. I'm somebody that's a fun person. That's an interesting person. And like I said, it's a cool watch to wear. Anyway, as always, guys, I'm rambling. I always do that when I'm passionate about something. And it's funny when you get more excited about when a less expensive watch is coming in the mail than a more expensive watch. I mean, that's weird to say, but I mean, like, I've gotten Rolexes and Panerai, and I'm always excited to get those watches. But man, when I knew that I was able to get this Tag Heuer and just waiting for it in the mail, I was super excited to get it. I was super excited to open up the box. And as soon as I opened up the box, I saw that orange dial. I was like, it was perfect. I mean, it really impressed me, and it continues to impress me. All right, sorry, rambling. I'm gonna end this video. I really appreciate the views. I really appreciate y'all's comments. I am trying really hard to improve the quality of my videos. And just, I appreciate any comments y'all leave. Guys, take care. God bless. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're staying warm. Hope you're staying safe. And I look forward to making more content for y'all soon. Guys, take care. Bye.